Hello and welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, site to race number whatever this is, and I forgot to unpause this. Professionalism! Yay! Okay. Gene Sanford is going to be the first car out onto the track. I literally forget what race number this is. We're nearing the halfway point, though. I know that much. I think this actually might be race 18. So, either way, Gene Sanford first out on the track in the Napa Dodge, 8th in the driver's points coming in, and you'll hear me refer to things most likely by driver's points today because, in all honesty, the owner's points are kind of mixed up after last week because so many drivers switched cars in a one-off thing by their team owners, trying to either get them into the top 30 in points, trying to keep them in top 30 in points. You name it, there was a lot of switches that went on last week just to keep a driver in the race that didn't make it in. Oh well. Jessica Shelton also getting up to speed. The STP Dodge had a good showing last week, moved up to 34th in the driver's points. I think is about 35th or so in owners. Remember, Jessica Shelton has that Michigan win that she's trying to get into the top 30 in points to be able to use come chase time. Kyle Matthews in the 09 has moved up to 14th in the driver's points. Very close to that chase bubble right now without the win. And he did correct me on something. Last week, I mentioned that it was the first lap he'd led, and I was very much wrong in that. I apologize. He had led the most laps at Michigan and had led quite a few laps at Chicagoland as he goes top of the board right now here at Las Vegas. Steve Pollard comes into this race knowing he will race. He is 4th in the owner's points. I will confirm that part for sure. So the Apex Chevrolet, regardless of where he qualifies on speed, will race on his points. Daniel Day in the 28 comes into this race modestly right now, 23rd in the driver's points, so not a bad job. Sorry about that. Doing decently this season. I don't remember how he did last season. We'll be right back. I'm sorry about this. Sorry about that. We are back. Sam Young currently on the track and tracking 3rd quickest, 27.005. Comes into this race 25th in the driver's points. Doesn't have a win yet this season, so that's definitely hurting the Jack Daniels Chevrolet. Momo Akari looks like new paint scheme this week for them. Don't remember the Dodge being that dark in previous weeks. But Momo Akari currently 20th quickest at 27.23. She piloted the 42 last week and did decently, 79 points for the effort last week. But unfortunately, Seth not so good in the D&Q race. A reason why I'm saying that the points are kind of mixed up. As a result, Momo Akari, the number 2 Blue Deuce, comes into this race about 18th or so in the owner's points. Eric and Rage did a decent job last week. I think he finished top 10. I don't know. Either way, he comes into this race 29th in driver's points. Does have the win, so he's got that going for him this season. 16th currently on the speed charts. Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, one of the drivers who missed the race after a great showing at Japan. 8th quickest right now at 27.6, so doing decently right now for himself. Actually down to 9th quickest now as the 42 went number 1 at 26.899. Here's the 2nd quickest car right now. It's Kenny Bale in the 11. Has to make it on speed if he is going to run this week. Theo Segal comes into this race pretty high in owner's points, but 42nd in the driver's points. Remember, Theo does have a win if he was able to make it into the top 30. Still not sure how that would work, but hey, he's got a win at least, if nothing else. Ali Nelson is 19th quickest right now in the 22 car. So pretty borderline on speed there. Comes into this race 29th in driver's points. Still looking for that first win. Almost got it 1 week ago in Infineon. A great showing, and oh, in the wall! Okay, I don't think that's going to be too bad. Damage does not look bad on the 22 or the 59. They should be able to repair those cars. Jonathan Zorline got a great run there in Infineon. Actually, at least made the race. Currently is 15th quickest here. Looking decent so far. Has to make it on speed as well. Max Newirth also has to make it on speed. He actually, I believe, missed the race at Infineon. I'm trying to remember. I've unfortunately not had the time to really look into actually recording the last week, unfortunately. Matthew Moraes, I know he has to make it in on speed as well. 16th quickest right now for the 19. Troy Kang is 23rd quickest in the 60. Not looking terribly good, but does have a win and is 11th in the points coming into this race. So they are fairly, he is safe pretty much to make it in to the chase right now. Tom Shelley, 24th quickest, but knows he will race. That car is 5th in the owner's points this season. Doing a spectacular job for Petty Enterprises. Jeff James missed the race last week, 27th quickest this week, as there was a wreck involving Max Neuer's car. That is a lot of damage to the 4. I believe they will be able to repair that car, though. A good job for them. Seth Cole, still quickest, 26, 866. And that's the guy who is dead last in points. So, and he's pretty much won the most courteous driver award for this season because he has given up his spot in the field not once but twice. Gave up his spot to Jessica Shelton one race, and then last week gave up his spot to Momo Akari. So a wonderful guy in the garage area, and I forgot to change the name on the 42. That's fail. Ignore the name. That is Seth Cole in the 42. I will change that for the race if he does indeed make it. I will definitely at least change it for next week. Dylan Young, no longer the points leader. 2nd in points coming into this one, but still knows he will race. 4th quickest right now at a 26.929. Jay Stella just ran his quickest lap, a 27.011. 13th quickest for the 01. Has to make it on speed. DJ Curtis is 3rd quickest right now at a 26.91. Doing a good job this season. And comes into this race 21st in the points. Still is the highest driver without a top 5, though. Sam Curtis fell out of the top 30 in driver's points not too long ago. Is 33rd in the 66 coming into this race. I know we've shown Dylan Thoreau, but there is his car on track. Currently 6th quickest, 26.948. Looking good. Charles Jackson is fairly well on that bubble. 18th quickest, 27.037. Trying to remember whose cars I've shown and whose cars I haven't. Oh, wow! Steve Pollard and Charles Jackson getting into it a little bit there. Damage not too bad on either car there. Damage is definitely a lot worse on the 9 car, though. Mason Neal currently 15th quickest, though, at 27.017. Mason Powers, 29th quickest, had to make it on speed. Ish Taylor currently not on track. There he is. The Ganassi colors this week. 8th quickest, 26.969. Matt Dixon, slowest, 27.579. Had to make it in on speed. And so we've shown everyone, so now it's time for me to kind of be quiet and we'll watch some drivers as they try and make their way into the field. And that is it. So Seth Cole will race. He's quickest out of this session. Then it's Mason Neal, Kenny Bale, DJ Curtis, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, and Dylan Young. I believe also Theo Stegall clinches his way in, because this one has the 30. So, that said, that is it. Seth Cole, Mason Neal, Kenny Bale, DJ Curtis, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, Dylan Young, and Theo Stegall punched their way into the race via time. Drivers having to sweat bullets in the next session. You look at pretty much anyone 19th on down. Gene Sanford going to have to sweat bullets on if her points are going to be good enough. Tom Shelley probably going to have to fall back on points. And Jessica Shelton's going to have to hope and pray that for once this one goes way down the list for those in the race. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out. Stay tuned for group number 2, and we'll see you then. And we are back for group number 2. Someone already out on the track. And no, it's not Zach Kreller. It's that guy, Dylan Casella in the 06. So for Dylan, remember, did not get a chance to race last week, even though he actually made the race. This is one of the cars that actually had that problem where the owner decided to put a different driver in for the race. Brian Patterson actually piloted the 06 last week in the race. Dylan Casella then relegated to the D&Q race with the 17. Dylan has to make it on speed if he's going to race this week. And Jack Roush did say that because of where Brian Patterson is in the points this week, he will not replace Patterson in someone else's ride if Patterson misses the race. So, pretty much means that if Casella were to make this race, he will be in no matter what. So, there you go. And Ashley LaPlante in the 31, also out on track. 9th in the driver's points for the 31. Remember, already does have the win from California. So LaPlante just worried about making sure she's in the top 30 in the driver's points, and she will be in the chase. Kyle Collins had the unfortunate misfortune, I think, of missing the race last week. I don't remember seeing him in there. But either way, currently is 7th quickest, just getting up to speed, though. That lap not going to be good for anything. And Collins comes into this race 20th in the driver's points. There's last week's winner, Tristan Wilhoit. Still has to make it in on speed. Yeah. The Air Force Ford not going to be locked into this one no matter what. The times they are shooting for, by the way, this session, a 26:93 will lock them in no matter what. Or will be quick enough to get in. Mary Shelley had to resort to the past champions provisional last week and currently is at a 27:38. Shelley still has, I think, 4 of those past champions provisionals she can use this season. So we'll have to see if she can bump that speed up just a tad bit here today. Zach Kreller's 17th quickest right now, and Kyle Collins will race. By the ever slimmest of margins, Collins is quick enough, 26:931. But Kreller, 22nd quickest, essentially has to make it in on speed. He's down in the driver's points, 38th for him coming into this one. Ashley Brock does have to make it on speed. The Sharpie Ford, not high enough in owner's points to be able to get a provisional. And did not have a very good showing. I don't think she made the race actually last week. It was in the D&Q. Stephen Pollard III is currently 24th quickest at 27:45. That is not good enough right there. Definitely, they will have to pick that one up. Robert Pollard is 16th quickest at 27:27 with a 4. 17th quickest there. Ashley LaPlante is quick enough. She will race as well. 26:825 is actually the quickest lap we've seen this weekend. Collins is 26:87, is only a 100th of a second off of Seth Cole's time from group number 1. Pollard, though, had to make it on speed. 19th quickest right now. Cosmic Nova is 25th quickest, and pretty much going to have to be a make it in on speed, as Will Lewis just bumped his way into the field, meaning Bram Patterson has to make it in on speed. Henry Powers is in the race. That will clinch Chris Washer a spot in the race. Get to that later. And William Duncan also in the race, as well as Alex Perkle. So the top 6 already locked into the race here. Wow, that happened quickly. 25th quickest for Cosmic Nova. And now Nova would be the next one to get bumped out of the field. Actually, he is out. Nova has to make it on speed because Duncan had been bumped out. So Nova now has to make it in on speed. Chris Washer now knows he will race and is currently 8th quickest at 26.98. That is a great sight to see for Gene Sanford fans, because if Washer is able to make it on speed, the next person to get it on points would be Gene Sanford. And remember, her speed definitely was not all that quick in group number 1. Levi McIntyre back behind the wheels of the 99. 20th quickest right now for him at a 27.23 with a 9. And remember, Levi McIntyre piloted the number 6 car last week in the idea that Will Lewis made the race. So Levi back behind the wheel of the 99, trying to make it in on speed. Not quite quick enough there, but does improve. There's the number 90 of Henry Powers, currently 3rd quickest in the session, but that doesn't matter. It's good enough to make it in on speed. In the wall a little bit there, but oh well. Powers came into this race 6th in the owner's points, so the 90 car will race. That is for sure on speed. We're locked in on their points already coming into this group. William Duncan, there he is, 5th quickest right now at 26.93. Had been bumped out by the idea of Seth Cole and Kenny Bale locking in on speed in group number 1. Now he knows he will race. And right now, what happens is we have Brandon Patterson, Cosmic Nova, Zach Kreller, and Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, who all had to make it on speed. Kazuyoshi actually already did, so now Eric Powers in the 88 has to make it in on speed. And I don't remember if his speed was all that impressive. There's Alex Perkle coming off a weak one. He DNQ'd, and oh, what a save by Preston Plord. I stand corrected, and he took Steven out. Ash Curtis into the wall, hard. Oh my! Levi into Pollard. That's a backup car. Okay then. So backup cars for the 33, 04, and the 99, who's actually still out on the track. What on earth did Levi just do? I was trying to talk about Alex Perkle, who missed last week's race, but then we saw that in behind there and managed to catch that on the replay cameras. Great job by our cameraman down the back straightaway. And now Levi McIntyre dripping oil all over the backstretch. Big plume of smoke, though, coming from underneath the 99. Get off the track, sir. Get off the track. Perkle, though, missed the race last week. 18th in the driver's points for the 1 car. And he's still staying out! What? Does he actually think he's going to go quicker than his 27.13 on a blown motor? This is strangest strategy I've ever seen from someone on the racetrack. I'm at a loss for words now. If he stays out on the track, you've got to be kidding me. Oh well, we'll show some of the other cars in. Will Lewis there, 4th quickest right now. He knows he will race. And they both coming down pit lane. They see the idea that the 99 was coming up. So might as well. There's Preston Plord's backup car on pit lane now. Charles Sanford is 18th quickest right now at 27.16. 16th in the driver's points. They're bringing back this car. Or this scheme. It was actually supposed to run here anyway. And it was supposed to run last week at Infineon. But they brought the Big Red sponsorship. So what they've promised to do is they will run this scheme at one of the races that they were not supposed to. So, good news for pretty much the NASCARnumbersite.org sponsorship that they have on that car for all the West Coast races. And look at all the oil that is being spread across this racetrack by the 99. Just incredible. Sky Common's currently in the garage area. I did see what his scheme was. It was the Stanley Tools car. Knows he will race because he is our new points leader leaving Infineon. Currently 23rd quickest though at 27.21. There's the number 10 car. Patterson knows he has to race his way in and currently looking pretty good. 27.071, 13th quickest. Jake Baskinger is 10th quickest right now. Not bad. I don't think the times are going to improve because there's so much oil now on the track. Can someone put the 99 out of its misery, please? This is just ridiculous at this point. But currently 10th quickest right now for Jake Baskinger. Had to make his way in on speed, I will say that. Ben Neuwirth, 1 week removed from not even being able to take him the start at Infineon. And Zach Kreller has gone around now. He might have thankfully hit the... Oh, shoot. Never mind. I thought maybe he had hit the 99. Who is still staying out on the track. I'm at a loss for words on this. But Ben Neuwirth, 1 week removed from being a did not start at Infineon. Still got the 42nd place points though. Because we give points away for the D&Q race. 20th quickest right now. There's the Hot Hughes Chevrolet that made the race but had Austin LaPlante behind the wheel of it at Infineon. Currently 15th quickest. I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't just see that. Axel Casella is currently 11th quickest at 27.024. Not a time quick enough to lock their way in, but that should be good enough to race on Sunday. Amy Shelley is 3rd in the points. She knows she will race and currently is 16th quickest at 27.072. No point in really going out there, I don't think. There's the first look that we've really genuinely had at Jim Casella's car. The car is currently 14th quickest and actually just ran its fastest lap of the session. That is quite a miracle, considering everything. And then there's the... Like, really? Really? Sorry about the click away there. I'm just trying to bring this up. Okay. Now it's time to do some math here because the times don't exactly line up. So while I do some math, I actually enjoy looking at the 99 just going around the track at 100 miles an hour. Okay, math is done. Here's the bump spot. That car is on the bubble by 1,000. Actually, it's not even that car. Due to the tiebreaker, it'd be this car. By 1,000th of a second over the car in front of him. There's the first car that would get in on points right now. 89 would race due to the idea of having the enough points, but currently is on the outside looking in terms of speed. And I believe that is it. Qualifying is in the books. Ashley LaPlante is the pole sitter. NRSL officials apparently might be investigating the 99. I don't know. That was weird to see that one happening. But essentially, he just might have put himself out of the field. And the last driver to make it in on speed is going to be Brendan Patterson. Who actually makes it in on points is going to be, who knows, because I have actually no clue. But all I know is Patterson's last in on speed. Pollard makes it in on speed. Everyone above them makes it in on speed. I'm not even going to say how many people actually made it in on speed out of group number 1. That is for you to stay tuned. And thank you for watching. Here's the starting grid for the Las Vegas Deuce here from Vegas.